Good morning students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. So children, as we know that chapter 11 water in the atmosphere is going on, and in this chapter we have already learnt about the evaporation and condensation in our earlier videos, and today we will learn about the precipitation. So let's go with the topic. So what is precipitation? So, the process of continuous condensation in free air helps the condensed particles to grow in size. And when the resistance of the air fails to hold them against the force of gravity, they fall onto the earth's surface. So, after the condensation of water vapor, the release of moisture is known as precipitation. जब इनके जो पार्टिकल्स हैं कंडेंसेशन के बाद जब फ्री एयर पार्टिकल्स जो होते हैं जो कि काफ़ी साइज़ में बढ़ने लग जाते हैं और जब एयर उसको होल्ड नहीं कर पाती है ड्यू टू द फोर्स ऑफ ग्रेविटी दे फॉल ऑन द अर्थ सरफेस जो कि बारिश के रूप में नीचे गिरना स्टार्ट हो जाते हैं. तो यहाँ पे जो मॉइस्चर रिलीज होता है विच इज़ कॉल्ड द प्रेसिपिटेशन. सो दिस मे टेक प्लेस इन लिक्विड और सॉलिड फॉर्म. तो ये सॉलिड और लिक्विड दोनों ही फॉर्म में होता है. If we talk about the liquid form, it is called rainfall, and it is in the solid form, it is called snowfall. Clear? So the precipitation in the form of water is called rainfall, and when the temperature is lower than the 0 degree Celsius, so precipitation takes place in the form of fine flakes of snow, and it is called snowfall. So moisture is released in the form of hexagonal crystals, and these crystals form flakes of snow. So besides rain and snow, other forms of precipitation are sleet and hail, though the latter are limited in occurrence and are sporadic in both time and space. So what is sleet? So sleet is a frozen raindrops and refrozen melted snow water. And when a layer of air with the temperature above freezing point overlies a sub-freezing layer near the ground, so precipitation takes place in the form of sleet. Raindrops which leave the warmer air encounter the colder air below, so as a result they solidify and reach the ground as small pellets of ice not bigger than the raindrops from which they formed. So sometimes drops of rain after being released by the clouds become solidified into small rounded solid pieces of ice and which reach the surface of the earth are called hailstones. So these are formed by the rainwater passing through the colder layers, and hailstones have several concentric layers of ice one over the other. Concentric layers means सर्कल के ऊपर एक सर्कल, बहुत सारी सर्कल में बहुत सारी जो लेयर्स हैं आइस का उसका होना, विच इज़ कॉल्ड द हेलस्टॉर्म. सो जब स्लीट और जो हेलस्टॉर्म है इस फॉर्म में भी प्रेसिपिटेशन होता है. तो स्लीट क्या था? स्लीट जो है फ्रोजन रेन ड्रॉप्स होती हैं जो कि बाद में या रीफ्रोजन मेल्टेड स्नो वाटर होता है जो कि बाद में सब फ्रीज होने के बाद ग्राउंड पे आता है. एंड व्हाट इज़ द हेलस्टॉर्म्स? हेलस्टॉर्म जो होते हैं वो सॉलिडिफाई हो चुके होते हैं क्लाउड्स में ही, और जो कि समटाइम्स इट कम्स आफ्टर द ड्रॉप्स ऑफ रेन, बारिश के बाद होते हैं. और जो रेन वाटर है कई बार उसके साथ भी ये जो है फॉल डाउन होते हैं ऑन द अर्थ सरफेस. सो नाउ कम टू द टाइप्स ऑफ रेनफॉल. सो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ origin, rainfall may be classified into three main types: the convectional, orographic or relief we can say, and the cyclonic or frontal. So come to the first one, convectional rain. So the air on being heated becomes light and rise up in the convection currents, which we already learnt about it. कि जैसे जैसे हीट एयर जब हीट होती है या गर्म होती है तो वो लाइट हो जाती है और राइज अप होना शुरू हो जाती है. So as it rises, it expands and loses heat, and consequently condensation takes place and cumulus clouds are formed. तो जैसे जैसे राइज अप होगी तो हीट क्या होती जाएगी, कम हो जाएगी, और कंडेंसेशन शुरू हो जाएगा और क्लाउड फॉर्मेशन होने लगेगा. So with thunder and lightning, heavy rainfall takes place, but this does not last long. So such rain is common in the summer or in the hotter part of the day, and it is very common in the equatorial regions, which is lie between the tropical areas. And interior parts of the continents, so particularly in the northern hemisphere. Now come to the next one is orographic rain. So when the saturated air mass comes across a mountain, it is forced to ascend and as it rises it expands. So जैसे saturated air mass जो है mountain के आसपास आता है तो उसकी वजह से क्या होता है कि जो भी force है, जो force आ रही है उसकी वजह से ये ऊपर की तरफ उठने लगता है और expand होने लगता है. ठीक है, हवा जो है ऊपर की तरफ उठने लगती है और एक्सपैंड होने लगती है. एंड द टेम्परेचर फॉल्स एंड द मॉइस्चर इज कंडेंस्ड. टेम्परेचर डाउन होना शुरू हो जाता है और मॉइस्चर, जो भी हवा में मॉइस्चर है वो कंडेंस होना शुरू हो जाता है. सो द चीफ कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ दिस सॉर्ट ऑफ रेन इज दैट द विंडवर्ड स्लोप्स, जो विंडवर्ड स्लोप्स होते हैं, which receive greater rainfall. So after giving rain on the windward side, when these winds reach the other slope, they descend and their temperature rises. So then their capacity to take in moisture increases and hence these leeward slopes remain rainless and dry. So windward side जो होगा वहाँ पे हमेशा rainfall होगा और leeward side जो होगा वो हमेशा dry रहेंगे. So which gets less rainfall known as the rain shadow area. So जो leeward side area होता है जहाँ पर rainfall नहीं हो रहा है तो which is called the rain shadow area also. And it is also known as the relief rain और इस orographic rain को हम relief rain भी कहते हैं. Next is cyclonic rain. So cyclonic rain is caused by cyclonic activities and it occurs along the fronts of the cyclone. So which we already discussed in the chapter 10, which is the part of the tropical cyclones and cyclonic rain also. So this is all about that. Now come to the next topic, which is world distribution of rainfall. So different places on the earth's surface receive different amount of rainfall in a year and that too in different seasons. Obvious है, हम सब लोग देखते हैं कि अलग अलग सीजन्स में अलग अलग प्लेसेस पे जो है अलग अलग जो है अमाउंट में रेनफॉल होता है. So in general, as we proceed from the equator towards the poles, rainfall goes on decreasing steadily. जैसे जैसे हम poles की तरफ जाते हैं rainfall कम होना शुरू हो जाता है. And the coastal areas of the world receive greater amounts of rainfall than the interior of the continents. जो interior parts हैं continents के उनके मुकाबले जो हमारे coastal areas है वहाँ पे rainfall ज़्यादा होता है. So the rainfall is more over the oceans than on the land masses of the world because of being great sources of water. So between the latitudes around 35 degree and 40 degree north and south of the equator, the rain is heavier on the eastern coast and goes on decreasing towards the west. But between 45 degree and 65 degree north and south of equator due to the westerlies, the rainfall is first received on the western margins of the continents and it goes on decreasing towards the east. So wherever mountains run parallel to the coast, the rain is greater on the coastal plains on the windward side and it decreases towards the leeward side. So on the basis of the total amount of annual precipitation, major precipitation regimes of the world are identified as follows. If we talk about the equatorial belt, which is the lie between the tropic of Cancer and tropic of Capricorn. So this belt, the windward slopes of the mountains along the western coast in the cool temperate zone and in the coastal areas of the monsoon land receive heavy rainfall of over 200 centimeter per annum. So interior continental areas receive moderate rainfall varying from 100 to 200 centimeter per annum and the coastal areas of the continents receive moderate amount of rainfall. So the central part of the tropical land and the eastern and interior part of the temperate lands receive rainfall varying between 50 to 100 centimeter per annum and areas lying in the rain shadow of the interior of the continents and high latitudes receive very low rainless and then 50 centimeter per annum. So seasonal distribution of rainfall provides an important aspect to judge its effectiveness. In some regions, rainfall is distributed evenly throughout the year, such as in the equatorial belt and in the western part of the cool temperate regions. So this is the distribution of rainfall in the context of world. So here we have completed this chapter, and in this topic we have learnt about the precipitation and types of precipitation and types of rainfall also. So I will meet you in the next video with the next topic. So till then, take care and bye.